Hello. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Jason King. This is day 35 of 99 days of Deeper Embodiment. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to take a moment and wait for people to join. If there's any issues with the audio quality, then please let me know in the comments. Also, if you're joining, let me know in the comments as well so I know you're here and I can say hi. Today feels like a really nice day to just ground in silence, just be here fully and completely. Oh, yesterday with the frequency bombardment from the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction. Happy winter solstice, by the way. That there was a lot coming up, a lot of energy being felt through the collective, a lot of energy being felt through my body, through the body of others. I'm staying with a friend right now, and she was pretty much conked out for part of the day. And I'm like, oh wow, look at that. This is fun. There was a moment where I was walking and I felt like I was floating because that's how intense the energies were. It's like, oh my goodness, is there even a ground? Um, so fun. So tonight feels like a really nice day to just be present, fully and completely present. Kind of like the integration after intense inner work. To just integrate it is to be fully present with it all. Not a lot to be spoken about, just here-ness, exploring what is here, feeling what is here, allowing it all to be, any irritation, uncomfortability. As the mind lightens, as it dissolves, further and further, the more and more stillness is natural. because there's not as many thoughts moving us. And so when there's not as many thoughts moving us, then a lot of stillness comes as a result. Because what is it that moves us but thought? Anytime there's movement, there's thought. So as thought begins to thin out, then naturally there's more peace and more stillness and less chaos. Chaos is something that is only found within thought. When we really get in tune with what is, when we really begin to feel nature as itself, then it becomes obvious that there is divine order, and the divine order is true. All there is order. All there is intelligence. Intelligence that is moving everything. All the cells in your body, all of the organs in your body that are a conglomeration of cells. They know how to do their job and perform their function because there's order, there's intelligence. And this order, this intelligence is moving everything all the time. And so the only place that chaos is found is within thought, is within mind, within the thinking mind that has the idea that I am a limited self in a body. And so the more that I become aware within myself, the more I see how thought creates chaos. And the more aware I am, the more present that I am in every moment, the less chaos is created. Because the thoughts are felt fully and completely and dissolved before chaos is created. So there's no reaction to the thoughts. There's no movement to the thought. It just hits me and then dissolves into me in the presence that I am. And so it's funny because chaos can be a nice sign that there's not enough presence or that there wasn't presence, and to become more present. So for instance, if I'm walking and then all of a sudden I stub my toe, what does that say? Oh, be more here. Be more present with what's here. So the more aligned I am with presence, the less chaos arises, or the less chaos has an opportunity to arise, because all thoughts are being dissolved in me. They're being met fully and completely and dissolved within me. And even when chaos arises, then it's still being met fully and completely within me. I'm still fully present with that. Because I don't have any control over the chaos that other minds are creating within the same mind. So let's pull back a bit and take a look at what is here. Let's look at it very clearly. There is a me in this body, and this body is a shell. This body is a shell that is created by ideas. And these ideas are all of the ideas that my ancestors had, and all of the ideas that I've had during the timeline of my existence, all of the beliefs that were believed as they arose. So every time an idea comes up, if I don't meet that idea fully and say, oh, there's an idea here, that's a belief created. There's a belief created in that moment. Because the idea comes and it hits my consciousness, it hits my awareness, and I just allow it to be there and believe it unquestionably. I just say, oh, okay, yeah, that's what is. And the innocence of consciousness is doing this all the time. All the time ideas are coming, and the innocence of awareness, the innocence of consciousness is just accepting it. Oh yeah, that must be what I am. Oh yeah, that must be true. Oh yeah, that's what is. And so the more aware you become, the more you begin to see that this is what's going on all the time. All the time, ideas are coming in front of the screen of your awareness, and the innocence of awareness that you are, the innocence of consciousness that you are, is just identifying with it. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's what is. Yes, that's what is. Yes, that's what is. And so my body arose through a lineage, through an ancestry of many, many, many people doing this. Many, many people agreeing with all of the ideas that arose in their reality. And then that created and formed me. And then I lived for a period of time of my life agreeing with all of the ideas that showed up in front of me. And so that creates a shell around me of identity, of thoughts that I've identified with. And so that shell is the perceptual reality that I see. All of the thoughts that I've identified with, that is the perceptual reality that I see. So then when we become aware that we are awareness, and that awareness is untouched by thought, which we can call enlightenment. That's what enlightenment is. When I am aware that I am awareness, and this awareness is untouched by thought. So what is awareness? Awareness is seeing that I am what is seeing, all of it, all the time. And recognizing this very clearly. And that all of it is created through thought. And then when I see, oh my goodness, I am not the thought itself. None of those thoughts have anything to do with what I am. I am the awareness that is seeing it. This is called self-realization. So when this is seen clearly, that is self-realization. Now there's deeper levels of self-realization, there's deeper realizations. But this is the initial realization. The initial realization is, oh, wow, I am presence, I am consciousness, I am spirit, I am awareness. What is seeing it all? I am not actually the thoughts. The thoughts are just appearing on the screen of my awareness, and as they appear on the screen of my awareness, then as awareness, I just agree with them. Oh yeah, there's thoughts there. Oh yeah, okay, this is reality. Oh yeah, okay, this is a planet. Oh yeah, okay, this is who I am, because everyone told me so. And so that first self-realization, that first realization that I am the awareness, that is seeing self, that is recognizing self, that is recognizing that self is what is. Self is the primordial state. Self is the first state. Self is before any thought at all. And the more that I see this state, the more that I recognize this state, the more that this state becomes my default, and I stabilize in that state. I stabilize in default, recognizing that I am awareness, not going into the thoughts and making them something about me and creating another identity, creating another belief around me. And so this is the first stage of awakening when we are embodying self, is to see, oh my goodness, I am what is seeing all of it. I am not the thoughts. And I am seeing all of this because, and it is the way that it is, because I have identified with all of the thoughts up till now. All of the thoughts that have come up until now, I have identified with. I have agreed with, I have made them something about me. I have believed them. And so my belief has created the perceptual reality that I see. And in this recognition, then it becomes quite obvious that it is all your belief. You, as awareness, have believed all the thoughts up until now. So everything that is happening to you, everything that you are seeing, everything that you are perceiving is because you believed everything that has shown up. And that's okay. Because up until now, you were asleep. You didn't know any better. Your consciousness was innocent. It was like, okay, yeah, this is showing up. Okay, I don't know anything about this. So it's something about me. So I've just believed it. I believe that this is true. Okay, yes. Now, you're awake. You see. Wow, I am actually present. I am none of these thoughts. These thoughts are just here in the space of me. And all of the thoughts that I have believed up until now, that all of my ancestors have believed, have created a very separate identity. And I cannot touch the wholeness that is. I don't feel whole within myself. I don't feel that wholeness. It is not integrated. And so here becomes the potential, here arises, here shows up the potential for embodiment. This is where it is. The potential for embodiment is in recognizing, oh, wow, there's a lot of ideas here. My mind is full of ideas. Full. And the way that I'm living, I keep adding more and more and more and more and more ideas, and my reality as a result is chaos. It's like being a hoarder. When you walk into the house of a hoarder, what does the house of a hoarder feel like? I mean, you walk into the house of a hoarder and you have to step around the boxes, you have to step around the stuff. There's dust everywhere. There might be cats or animals. Who knows? Doesn't matter. You know, and you're walking through that house and it's a mess. It's a jumble. It's like, what the hell is going on here? There's just so much stuff. And I haven't gone through this stuff. I haven't cleaned out the garage. I haven't cleaned out the basement. It's full. It's full with a lifetime upon lifetime upon lifetime upon lifetime upon lifetime of hoarding. Because everyone who hoarded before you gave that junk to you. So thank them. Like, oh, thank you for never, ever, ever, ever cleaning out the closet and just passing that on to me. So now we begin to embody. And as we begin to embody, the recognition of self is what allows us, what gives us the ability to embody. Why? Because as I see what I am, as I see what I am, then I have the ability to begin to dissolve these ideas. I can dissolve these thought forms. I have now recognized that I am the awareness of it. And so now as the awareness of it, I can be fully present with it And then in that full presence, that is what allows it to go back into the quantum nothingness. And until I can be fully present with the ideas, without identifying with them, without making them something, without saying, oh yeah, this idea is actually something, until I can actually do that, then I'm not embodying. I'm just filling the space with more ideas, which is the opposite of embodiment. Because it's all mind. It's all mind. The idea that I'm a separate body from you is all of those jagged perspectives that have been hoarded and not integrated over lifetimes. When you get to underneath all of that and you begin to see underneath all of that, all there is sameness. You and I are the same consciousness. All there is consciousness. All there is awareness. That's all there is. And so now, here we are embodying, and as we're embodying, what we're doing is we're clearing out the ideas by being fully present with them. So yesterday I was speaking about the whole idea of being a slave wager. Now, where does that come from? It comes from lifetimes of identification with that idea. And so to clear that idea out, what I said was, okay, I'm having a job interview. And I did. I sat through the job interview. While I sat through the job interview, I was observing with awareness everything in my body. The way that my body moved, the way that the ideas were moving my body, the energy that was moving my body, what was speaking through my body, what ideas were arising, what ideas were being highlighted. We call these charges. And by allowing myself to move through the interview process, this triggered the charges. And this is what I want. These are highlights. I want to trigger the charges, because if I don't trigger the charges, then those ideas are lurking there in my subconscious and they're forming a cage. They're forming a cage that I keep bumping into invisibly, but I cannot see it. And so by allowing myself to go through the interview, this highlighted all of the ideas that are forming that cage, that very rigid cage that makes it so that the only way that I can connect with my source connection and get income is through a wage. Okay, so recognizing that, it's like, okay, well, how do I feel this the most efficient way? And the most efficient way that my source connection gave me was, oh, go through an interview. Okay, wonderful. So now I'm feeling that all. And as I feel it all, it's very heavy. It's not fun to feel. You see? And this is what the spiritual community avoids. All right, so we create another journey, another idea of a journey, another ego, a spiritual ego, and all of it is avoidance of actually dropping into this, dropping into feeling all of this, because it doesn't feel good. It feels like crap. It's like, oh my God, these are a lot of stressful ideas. These are a lot of really heavy, chunky ideas. But this is what embodiment actually is. This is what it looks like. And so as I embody more, dissolving those ideas, then I gain more and greater access to my own source connection. And with more and greater access to my own source connection, then what I begin to see in my perceptual reality is a cleaner stream, less hoarding. So what does a cleaner screen look like? Well, we don't have any idea what that looks like. Because all we've ever known on this planet is hoarding. So we don't have an idea of what that looks like. If you've done psychedelic drugs, then maybe that's giving you an idea. You know, if you drank ayahuasca, maybe that's giving you some sense of it. You know, if you sat for a good amount of time with a sat guru, then maybe you gained a little bit of a sense of it. But even that, no, not at all, because there's still ideas in the way. You know, and even with self-realization, which here I am speaking to you from a self-realized place, even with that, there's still ideas there. The body is still integrating. It's still feeling through all of those ideas. So let's not get into the imagination, that, oh, if I just become self-realized, then all of this goes away. No, that is false. In reality, the fastest way to embodiment is to strap your feet to the ground so that you cannot move and feel it all of it. Let me just feel it. Okay, bring it on. Let me feel all of these limiting ideas and beliefs. Oh, wonderful. There you go. Otherwise, the reaction to these ideas and beliefs as they hit your body sends you flying into the nethers until you can come back down and strap yourself in and feel it all. And when it sends you flying with ideas like, oh, well, I just want love and light. That's all I want. Okay, wonderful. That's what you are. You are love and light. And all of those heavy ideas that you haven't been feeling, that are hoarding, that are taking up all the space of your life, those are love and light too. So feel them, integrate them, be with them. Because that's what all your power is. All of your power has been in maintaining these thought forms. Because that's where your awareness has been focused. How much energy as a planetary consciousness have we been putting into the idea that the only way to make a living is through working a job? That is a thought form. It is not true. There is no truth to that. Jesus Christ says, look at the birds. Look at the beasts in the field. Do I not care for them the same way that I care for you? And yet, there's ideas around it that say, no, you don't care for me. I have to work. And so that limits the ability to tap into your own source connection, to tap into your own ability to feel abundance within yourself. And these are not your ideas. You did not make them. You were born into this collective and they were installed into you. They were put into you, socially constructed. Morning, good morning. And so as you awaken to this, then naturally, the only thing left to do is find stillness within you and begin to dissolve the ideas, to lighten the mind, to clean out the closets, to clean out the basement, to clean out the attic, to clean out all the spiritual ideas, all the ideas of abuse, all the ideas of violation, all of the ideas of who and what you are and what you think this is. To feel all the anger, to feel all the resentment, and to let it all pass through you. With the understanding that none of it, absolutely none of it, touches the awareness that you are. And so as you hold yourself down and allow yourself to begin to feel it all without identifying with any of it, then the mind lightens. And it can be quite rapid. And as the mind lightens, then your entire reality shifts around it because you're cleaning out your house. You're cleaning out what is creating perceptual reality for you. You are integrating, you are embodying all of the ideas that you never were able to feel before. So welcome the charges. Welcome the triggers. Thank those that trigger you because they're doing you a service. Thank you for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really am enjoying this whole 99 days, and I welcome you to share it with anyone that you feel that it resonates with, that could actually drop into what is being shared here and begin to make use of it, because that is the whole idea, that this becomes useful for you, because as it becomes useful for you, and as you begin to integrate it into your life and practice it, then everything lightens for all of us, because we are all one. There is no separate consciousness here. So thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.